Loro Languaged Podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. This is your cozy corner for natural English practice and real-life conversations. I'm Jaden.
And I'm Aria. We are so happy to have you here with us today.
Now, before we jump into today's topic, we have one tiny favor to ask. If you enjoy listening to us, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps other English learners find us.
Exactly. And we would also love it if you left a comment down below. It can be super simple. Just tell us where you're listening from or share your thoughts on today's topic.
And you know what? Typing a comment is actually a great way to practice your English without even realizing it. Your brain is working, choosing vocabulary, putting words in order. It is real practice.
That is so true. So please, don't be nervous about making mistakes. Even just one short sentence is totally fine. We genuinely love reading your thoughts.
All right, are you ready? Let's get right into today's topic.
Yes. And today, guys, we are going to talk about the absolute most terrifying question in the English language.
Oh, I know this one. It is when you are at a restaurant and the waiter asks, "Do you want to split the bill or pay together?" And you have to do math in front of your friends.
No, not that. Although that is very stressful. I am talking about a question you get in job interviews, on first dates, at parties, everywhere. Someone looks you right in the eye, smiles, and says, "So, tell me about yourself."
Oh, wow. You just said those words, and I immediately felt my heart rate go up. Tell me about yourself. It sounds so simple, but it is a trap. Every time someone asks me that, my brain just completely shuts down. I draw a blank. I literally forget my own name. I forget how old I am. I forget what I like to do.
Exactly. You just stand there thinking, wait, who am I? Am I a human? What do humans do? And for English learners, this is 100 times worse. Because when you panic, you instantly go back to the exact sentences you learned in middle school textbooks.
Oh, the robotic textbook introduction. I love this. It goes like, "Hello, my name is Jaden. I am 30 years old. I like apples. I have one mother and one father. It is nice to meet you."
Yes. It sounds like you are reading a police report about yourself. It is completely grammatically correct, but it sounds so unnatural. Nobody talks like that in real life. If you say that at a party, people will think you are a robot sent from the future.
Right. And that is exactly why we are doing this episode today. We want to help you break the ice. We want to help you sound like a real, natural person when you introduce yourself. Because talking about yourself shouldn't feel like a test.
It really shouldn't. It is just a conversation. So let's break it down piece by piece. Let's start with the absolute basics: name, location, and where you are from.
Sounds easy enough. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, you would be surprised, because where are you from can actually be a really complicated question, especially nowadays. People move around so much.
That is true. If someone asks me where I'm from, it is tricky, because I was born in one city, I grew up in a different city, and now I live in a completely different country. If I explain the whole story, it takes 10 minutes, and the other person is already falling asleep.
Exactly. You don't need to give them your entire life history. You just need a short, natural phrase. Instead of saying, "I come from Canada, but currently I reside in London," which sounds super formal, you can just use the magic word originally.
Oh, that is a great one. You can say, "I'm originally from Canada, but I'm based in London now." Boom. Fast, natural, and sounds incredibly professional. "I am based in" is such a great phrase for working adults.
Yes, I'm based in Tokyo. I'm based in New York. It sounds so much better than "I live inside New York." Okay, so what about family? The textbook always says, "There are 4 people in my family."
Which again, sounds like you are reporting data to the government. If you are at a casual dinner, You can just say, I have a pretty big family, or I grew up with two younger sisters. It tells a story. It gives the other person something to ask about.
And please, don't forget the most important members of the family, your pets. If someone asks me about my family, I'm definitely mentioning my cat, Leo. I will say, it's just me and my cat. He is basically my terrible, furry roommate who doesn't pay rent.
See, that is exactly what makes an introduction good. You added a tiny joke. You showed your personality. An introduction is not about giving facts. It is about creating a connection. If you mention your annoying cat, suddenly the other person says, oh my goodness, I have a dog who destroys my shoes. And just like that, you are having a real conversation.
Connection. I love that. Okay, so we survived the name, the location, and the family. Now we have to face the next big question, the one everyone dreads at parties.
Oh no, I know what it is. So, what do you do?
Yes, what do you do? It usually means, what is your job? And this is where conversations go to die.
Because most people just say their title and then stop talking. I am an accountant. I work in IT. I am a student. And then there is just awkward silence. The other person just says, oh, cool, and stares at the wall.
So how do we fix it? We add one more sentence, just one tiny detail. If you say, I'm a student, add your major or what you're struggling with. I'm a student, currently trying to survive my final exams in chemistry.
That is so much better. Or if you work in an office, don't just say, I work in IT. Say, I work in IT. Basically, I restart computers when people in my office panic. It shows you have a sense of humor about your job.
I like to say, I work in marketing, which means I spend half my day looking at spreadsheets and the other half drinking too much coffee. It gives the listener a picture of your daily routine.
All right. But what if they don't want to talk about work? What if they ask about your free time? What do you do for fun? Or what are your hobbies?
Oh my goodness, the hobbies question. This is where the English textbooks have completely ruined us. Do you know what every textbook says? My hobbies are reading books, listening to music, and collecting stamps.
Collecting stamps? Who collects stamps in the year 2026? I don't even know where to buy a stamp.
Nobody, but people are so afraid of saying the wrong thing in English. They just repeat the textbook. We need to be honest. My real hobby is lying on the couch, eating spicy chips and binge-watching reality TV shows for 6 hours straight.
But you can't exactly say that in a job interview. Hire me. I am a professional couch potato.
True. But in a casual conversation, you can use much better phrases than my hobby is. You can say, I'm really into photography right now, or I'm a big fan of hiking, or even, honestly, when I'm not working, I just love trying out new coffee shops in the city.
I'm really into. That is the golden phrase. I'm really into cooking. I'm really into video games. It sounds so much more passionate and natural. But Arya, talking about what you do is easy. Talking about who you are, that is the tricky part.
Who you are, yes. The personality question, how would you describe yourself? This is a classic interview question, and it is a trap.
A huge trap. Because you have to sound confident, but not arrogant. You have to sound hard-working, but not crazy.
In interviews, everyone suddenly becomes a superhero. I am a highly motivated team player who thrives under pressure. No, you aren't. You cried when the printer stopped working last week?
It is a game of fake answers. And the worst one, the absolute worst interview question in the world, is what is your biggest weakness?
Oh, I hate this one so much.
Every single person uses the exact same fake weakness. They look at the interviewer, try to look very serious, and say, well, my biggest weakness is that I'm a perfectionist. I just care too much. I work too hard.
It makes me want to scream. Everyone knows that is a lie. If someone asked me for your real weakness, Jaden, I would tell them the truth. Your real weakness is hitting the snooze button on your alarm clock 5 times every morning.
Hey, we talked about my morning routine in the last episode. Don't expose my secrets to the new listeners. But seriously, how do you answer these questions naturally?
If it is a casual setting, just be honest and use simple adjectives. You don't need big fancy words. You can say, I'm pretty easygoing. That means you are relaxed and don't get stressed easily. Easygoing is a fantastic word.
Or you can talk about your social energy. I'm a bit of an introvert, so I prefer quiet nights at home. Or I'm definitely an extrovert. I love being around people.
I like to call myself an extroverted introvert. I love going to parties and talking to everyone for exactly 2 hours. And then my social battery completely dies, and I need to disappear into the forest for a week to recover.
An extroverted introvert. That actually describes 90% of the people I know. It is very relatable. So we have covered our hometown, our jobs, our hobbies, and our messy personalities. There is only one question left, and it looks directly into the future.
Oh no, please don't say it.
Aria, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I honestly want to cry when people ask me that. 5 years. Jaden, I don't even know what I'm eating for dinner tonight. How am I supposed to know where I will be in 2031?
It is so much pressure. When we are young, we think we need to have a perfect roadmap for our entire lives. In 5 years, I will be a senior manager. I will own a house. I will speak 4 languages.
And then real life happens, a global event happens. You change careers, you move to a new city. The 5-year plan goes completely out the window. If I'm being completely honest, in 5 years, my dream is to be rich, retired, living on a warm beach, surrounded by at least 10 cats.
That is a beautiful dream. Unrealistic, but beautiful. For everyone listening who needs to answer this question in a real interview, don't panic. You don't need to predict the future. You just need to show that you have goals.
Exactly. You can use phrases like, I'm working towards or I hope to be, for example. I'm really working towards improving my leadership skills. Or, in the future, I hope to be in a role where I can manage my own projects.
I'm focusing on growing my skills right now. That is a perfect, safe, and natural answer. It shows you are ambitious, without making a crazy promise that you will be the CEO of the company.
And for your personal life, keep it simple. I'm hoping to travel more. I'm working on finding a better work-life balance. These are real, human answers. And that is the biggest takeaway from today's episode.
Yes, when you talk about yourself in English, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to use complicated vocabulary. You just need to be you, a little bit messy, a little bit funny, and completely real.
Throw away the textbook introductions. Tell us about your annoying cat. Tell us about your coffee addiction. That is how you make real friends in any language.
So true. And speaking of telling us about yourself, we want to hear from you.
Yes, head down to the comment section right now. This is your homework for today. Practice introducing yourself. Tell us where you are based and what you are really into right now.
Are you an introvert or an extrovert? Do you have a fake weakness you use in interviews? Write it down. Practice your English. And don't worry about being perfect. Well, that brings us to the end of today's conversation.
We really hope you enjoyed it. And remember, no matter what you're struggling with right now, whether it is saving money, learning English, or just getting through the week, take it one step at a time. Be kind to yourself.
Absolutely. Learning a language is a journey, and you are doing great just by being here and listening.
If you found this episode helpful, or even just a little bit funny, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. It is the best way to support what we do.
And please don't forget to leave a comment down below. Tell us what you thought about today's topic, or just say hi. We read every single comment and we love hearing from you.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and trust the process.
We will catch you in the next episode. Take care, everyone. Bye.